Ah, the Nintendo Wii, the console everyone literally owned. Your mum, your dad, and your granddad. They all had their own Nintendo Wii. It had absolute classic games on it. Wii Sports Resort, Wii Sports, Mario Kart Wii, Skyward Sword, Metroid Prime Trilogy, etc. The Wii was famous for all of its games. It literally had thousands of them, which is why the other day I decided that I wanted to go to CEX and buy random Wii games that were really cheap. So, what games did I buy there, and were they any good? Those are the questions that I will be answering in today's video. If you end up enjoying this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. I would appreciate it a lot. Also, leave a comment if you like this sort of video. I want to make a variety of content, not just focus on The Legend of Zelda, so tell me if I should make more videos like this one. Anyway, with that out of the way, let's look at our first game. Why did I buy this? And so the game starts. It immediately asks me if I want to save data. Obviously, I select yes. Now you may have realised, just like I did, that the UI in this game looks like it's been ripped from the original Club Penguin. Now, I'm not saying that's a bad idea, it actually makes me feel really nostalgic, but it does look really tacky on the Wii. It doesn't help that the aspect ratio is also really scuffed in this. I tried fixing it in OBS, but it may still look pretty bad. Anyway, I click start and I am given this prompt. Would have been great to do this. Unfortunately, both Club Penguin and Nintendo Wi-Fi connection have been shut down. Don't you just love features that are locked behind a time wall? So I was forced to create a penguin from scratch. He was a green penguin, the colour passed down from Big Yoshi, and his name was Esgrum. I came up with this amazing name by putting random letters together. I know, I'm a genius. After creating your penguin, you can finally start the game. I selected story mode. I was so excited to start story mode. What deep, rich and beautiful tales will be I exposed to today? All will be revealed soon. A green penguin runs out of his house and blows into a whistle. Unfortunately, he can't breathe, so no sound comes out of it. Suddenly, 4 penguin teams appear and line up into 4 separate lines. The green penguin then proceeds to run to the front of all of them and abuses the poor penguins of the green team. He then forces you to pick one of these teams, so I attempt to pick green team because I want to be on the underdog team who gets abused by the referees. After choosing your team, everyone runs off for some reason and you are plopped into the game. I didn't read what the penguins were saying. All I wanted to do was play some Club Penguin, damn it. So I decided to walk around until I headed right and I entered another area. In this area, I noticed that the referee was there, so I decided to walk over to him and talk to him. I asked him to start my first tournament thing. In a tournament, you have to play 3 mini-games. After winning a game, you earn points. The person with the most points wins. The first mini-game I played was Feed a Puffle. Hopefully, my Wiimote works properly so I can actually win this. After a while, it finally started working and I could actually play. This minigame is alright. All you do is shoot puffles with food. However, all it managed to do was make me depressed. I used to have many puffles back in my day, including a red one and a sick dinosaur one when Club Penguin had a dinosaur event. Unfortunately, just like Club Penguin, they're all dead now. Anyway, I came in 3rd place. Yeah. Listen, it's not my fault that I came in 3rd place. It was my Wiimote, you know, my Wiimote broke. You know, I wouldn't usually lose anything in a game made for babies. Cause you know, I'm just such a good, epic gamer. After coming 3rd, I moved on to the next game. GO! Explanation mark. This will be the game where I finally show off my epic gamer skills. In this game, you have to go up against 3 other people in ice hockey and score against their goals. It's alright. Now listen, I didn't come first. I came second in this game. Now that's not too bad. I just played that whole game blindfolded, that's all. Yeah, that's why I didn't come first. Not because I'm bad or anything. After struggling to get my Wii pointer back on the screen, I played the next game. Bean Balance. In this game, you balance beans. I came first. Next was Rollin' Riot. In this, you roll snowballs. This is one of the worst things ever created by a human being. I made a really big snowball. I was winning. I was actually doing so good. Until Racing Wheel came out of nowhere and shoved my ball out of my hands. That little brat, why does he exist? I was reduced to 0 points. Then out of all the things that could happen, someone stole my ball. So I had no choice but to hunt down the one random spare ball that he left in the corner. However, unfortunately, I didn't know how to make that ball mine. I tried and tried, but I couldn't pick the ball up. Before I knew it, the game was finished. I was left with a score of 0, putting me in 3rd place overall in the whole tournament. It was at this moment I realised I hated this video game, but that wasn't the end of it. Something horrific happened. This absolute Chad of a penguin from Team Red challenged me to a snowball fight. Esgrim couldn't refuse, and the greatest battle in penguin history begun. Unfortunately, my Wiimote stopped working again mid-fight, and I couldn't make any more snowballs, so I did what any noble man would do. I quit and I did something else. Esgrim arrived at the dock, where the next set of minigames would play out. Hopefully these ones will be better. Game 1. Java Jump. In this, you race against other penguins in a sack. Needless to say, I was the best at this. Besides that one small hiccup, I did end up in 1st place. Yes, I won. I won my 2nd Club Penguin Game Day game. I felt so accomplished. Game 2 was Puffle Paddle. In this, you bounce puffles on a ping pong bat. I came in 1st yet again. Now, these games were starting to look easy. I could never lose. Nothing bad could ever happen again. The next game was announced. Rolling Riot, my old enemy. Luckily though, this time it did not go so bad. In fact, I ended up winning. I felt so accomplished in this children's game that I got in 1st place in Rolling Riot. It was the best moment of my life. With me being in 1st place for all of the games, I waited excitedly for the next, and then it was revealed. I had to play GOAL! Again. However, I felt no anxiety for this next game. Instead, I anticipated it. I was ready. I knew I could win. After so much determination and resilience in the 90-second game of GOAL! I came in 3rd place. Wow. I'm never playing this again. Club Penguin sucks. Club Penguin stinky. No one likes it. The aspect ratio sucks. Alright, there we go. The Club Penguin section is done. I never have to touch Club Penguin Game Day again. I can just carry on being sad that the original had closed. Well, time to get the next game out of my box of pain. What's oh. Cover reprinted Wii music for the Nintendo Wii. My favourite game. So, to prepare for Wii music, I started creating a Mii. My Mii must look the part. He must be respected on the same levels as Beethoven and Mozart. My creation. Oh, it's emerging. Yes! 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 Ha ha! I see it now. Person. God among men. Born on the 1st of August. Favourite colour black. And constructed by God. He has no need for eyes, for all he needs is to hear. He has an antenna to sense the world around him, and a moustache on his chin and in the middle of his face. Perfection! Upon starting, you are graced with the presence of Sebastian Chute, the greatest musician of all time. He asked Person to stop practicing the piano. After playing the greatest piano piece of all time, Sebastian Chute interrupts us, and we suddenly start playing the guitar. Next, we play the trumpet. Beautiful. We then play the violin. I play a piece called Pourquoi est-ce que je joue à ce jeu, je suis devenu fou. I made it myself. I know. I'm the best. You don't have to tell me. Me and Sebastian Chute then pull out our Nintendo pianos from our pockets, and we begin to play Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. Sebastian Chute then began saying stuff again, but I zoned out because I got bored. This caused me to completely miss what I was supposed to do, so I began playing the piano by randomly slamming notes. After a few seconds of playing the piano, 4 random me's show up and began playing instruments. Eh? Where the hell did they come from? What am I doing? What is this game? Why am I playing this? Who made this? Why do I exist? What's the point of existence when the universe will just go through a big crunch at the end of it all? Ah! After having a mental breakdown over Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, we started our very own jam session. After we finished the jam session, I released my very first album, Wii Music, Fire in the Blue Sky. I know, it's very poetic. After releasing it, I was thrown into the main menu. There were several options, so I decided to play the jam session again. This time, we had to play My Grandfather's Clock. It was alright, but I wasn't feeling it, so my artistic talents didn't come through. Unfortunately, no album was released. After that flop, I decided I ought to host my first open orchestra without any training. I knew it would be a risk, but I had to. I had to try. My music career, it was on the line. This had to be the greatest rendition of Twinkle Twinkle Little Star ever made. And this was the outcome. My masterpiece was finished. I knew the game would give me 100 points. Only 32 points! What has happened to our society to reject beautiful pieces of art such as my rendition of Twinkle Twinkle Little Star? I'm done. This game's awful. It doesn't work, it's mindless, the motion controls aren't very developed. You know what? Out the window you go! You know, I'm getting really fed up of being made fun for playing Nintendo games. Throughout my whole life, everyone just keeps telling me that they're for babies, you know? They tell me Animal Crossing is for babies, and you know what? Maybe they're right. Maybe it's time that I grow up a little, mature, and play games that are made for men, such as Car Stealing America, Battling on the Fields, and of course, Duties That Are Calling, which will be the next game I'll be looking at today. So, in order to become a Call of Duty fan, I need a good place to start. Sorry, Nintendo. I want to play Modern Warfare 3, but I need to play 2 to understand it, and I can't play 2 before 1, so I guess I need to play Call of Duty Modern Warfare 1. So, I bought Call of Duty Modern Warfare, the original. Reflex edition for the Nintendo Wii. Upon starting the game, the intro cutscene starts playing. Whoa, look how edgy and cool this is. Now I'm a man. Guns! Guns! Haha! Yeah! Bomb go brrrr! Haha! Explosions! Oh, look at that little dog. Wow, this game actually looks really fun. Hopefully the controls won't ruin it, because, you know, I definitely chose the best version to play. You start the game in Creedon Hill in England. I've never been there, but I doubt it'll be better than places such as Slough in England. You know, that place is just the Holy Land. The first thing you do in this game is pick up a gun, just like an American would. Now, if you didn't know, you use guns to shoot things. Using my gun, I shot targets. After murdering several targets, I went to Gaz and got a pistol. I then stabbed a watermelon. Gunplay in Call of Duty Wii is very mixed. When you're standing still and not in a rush, it works completely fine. However, as you'll come to see later, it doesn't pair well with the fast gameplay that requires you to be on your toes at all times. After shooting targets and stabbing watermelons, I'm told to head over to Captain Price, so I leave the building to talk to him. Upon leaving, you see the beautiful hills and fields of England. It's quite remarkable how they were able to make this place look so realistic on the Wii. England really does look this depressing. When you finally find Captain Price, he tells you to head up the ladder to start combat training. I do this, and my Wiimote stops working, instantly killing me, and I fall off the ladder. After a second attempt, I finally got up the ladder. Once you reach the top, the training course starts. In this, you have to kill cardboard cutouts of soldiers. Unfortunately, it's hard to tell where you're going, and I accidentally threw a bomb at myself. After suffering through the training course, I went to Captain Price for a debrief. He then asks me what difficulty I would want my life in, so I asked for regular. After choosing my difficulty, my first mission starts. We start heading towards the boat on a helicopter in the dead of the night. The atmosphere is tense and we drop down onto the ship. We instantly start killing people on the boat and we move our way down. Now, in this gameplay, You may notice I'm not very good at killing people in this game. You know, you see the Wiimote isn't very good for shooting people when you're like rushing around and there isn't much time to aim. You just sort of have to mindlessly fire around and just hope for the best. As you know, there isn't too much time to aim. You also have to move the cursor towards the edge of the screen in order to look around, making navigation very annoying. After a while, we entered a large room where it took me 10 years to kill some soldiers, but luckily I haven't died. Yet. The squad reaches another room and we are ambushed by a bunch of soldiers. Suddenly, I start getting shot from all around me. I panic, my flight response kicks in and I run. Due to how hectic everything got, my Wiimote goes out of control and I lose my sense of direction. I don't know where I am. I run around like a crazy person and I eventually die. Fun! After several minutes of gunfighting, we finally get through the area where I died, and we find a container that contains a box with a nuclear symbol on it. Instead of securing it, as it looks quite dangerous, I instead take a manifest on top of it, and we start leaving the ship. Then, the ship blows up! In this section, you are meant to follow everyone out of the ship under a time limit. Unfortunately, I get stuck because my Wiimote broke again, and I didn't know where to go. However, eventually, I did go the right way, and I escaped the ship. I jump off the boat and nearly fall into the ocean. Unfortunately, Captain Price saves me, even though I wanted to fall off so I wouldn't have to play this stupid game again, and a title card appears, reminding me that I am playing Call of Duty Modern Warfare Reflex Edition for the Nintendo Wii. Now look, if you really want to play Call of Duty Modern Warfare, just get the Xbox 360 version. I think there's a PS3 version. Just don't be a weirdo like me and go out of your way to buy the Wii version. Like, just don't do that. Well, I didn't enjoy this. So, guess what? It's going out of the window. I don't want to be cool anymore. So, were any of these games that I played today any good? Not really. Club Penguin Game Day did have a lot of potential, however it feels very low budget and the controls really hold it down. However, it was a nostalgia trip going back to something related to Club Penguin again. Wii Music is probably the worst of the Wii games. I love all the other Wii games, they've always been a real blast to revisit and play. My favourite being Wii Sports Resort. However, Wii Music feels very rushed. It's not fun to play and it's very mindless. It was the only time while playing one of these Wii games that I wanted to stop playing in the first 10 minutes. Call of Duty Wii sometimes works. Using the Wiimote while standing completely still feels good and is very accurate. However, you need to be moving a lot in these games, so you really stand still and aim. The Wiimote just keeps going out of control, so I just wouldn't recommend anyone to play this game. Now, I did have two other games I was going to look at today. However, when I played and recorded them, they were actually really good, so I couldn't get much out of them for this video. They wouldn't fit alongside the other games I was playing. If you were wondering what they were, I bought these two games, The Blob and Big Brain Academy. I've actually been playing these quite a bit and I'm really enjoying them. I've put a lot of time into them already, especially The Blob. Anyway, that's it for today. If you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like and possibly subscribe. I'd appreciate it a lot. The next video will be Zelda related. I don't know why I made this video, but I think it shows that I really do need serious mental help.